Good morning. It's Monday, June 15th. Here's what we're working on. United States and Iran say they've reached a memorandum of understanding to end the war.
A house fire in Welland is being investigated by the Office of the Fire Marshal.
And Carolina has won its first Stanley Cup in 2 decades. Championship-worthy sunrise this morning. It is glorious outside.
And very bright. If you're driving towards it, bright, as we're going to see in one of your traffic cameras.
Oh, yeah. That's interesting. I'll show you a couple of traffic cameras coming up, but it's just like boom, and it's right there in your eyes. We're getting toward the longest day. Summer arrives on Sunday, so yeah, the sun is up already, and it's going to be with us throughout the day. Compared to what we had yesterday, I'm still drying out.
Yes.
From yesterday. Yeah. I'm telling you, that it ever come down in a lot of areas yesterday. But today we're going to dry out a little bit before we get back into some showers. So yeah, we're looking at some sun for the day today, mix of sun and clouds, but the temperature, it's going to be on the cool side. We're going to be below seasonal by a few degrees. We'll hit 19. That's it for the day today, but we'll have the sunshine with us. And tomorrow, chance of showers, thunderstorms, and I'll talk about that in detail coming up. We're sitting at 10 right now, 10 and a mostly cloudy sky. Look at the shine on some of those vehicles this morning. There's the sunshine up in your eyes. That's the 403 right around Waterdown Road. That's our exclusive camera. I mean, it's really slowing down there coming out of Hamilton because you're heading right into the sunshine. Let's go to a few MTO traffic cameras. I want to check the top of the Burlington Skyway Bridge. Already really slow through here. East of Royal Windsor, there's nothing. Let's see how Cookville Creek is doing. Now they've still got construction through here, so you can see the slowdown all the way back to here, Ontario, back to Mississauga Road, and it's all because Cawthra. Okay, they're starting to pick up some of the pylons here. They had it reduced to 1 lane right there, and it looks like they're trying to open that up, but yeah, it's just lingering construction here this morning right there. All right, we'll give you an update on traffic. We'll check the details and, of course, the forecast coming up in a few minutes. Right now, the news.
Thank you, Brian. The United States and Iran say they have reached a memorandum of understanding to end the war. Emily Huang joins us live in studio with all the details. Emily.
Well, Rick, that deal had been made and was first announced by Pakistani Prime Minister Sunday evening. Pakistan had been mediating the talks since the very first ceasefire, which was brokered in April, but didn't quite hold up. Last night, U.S. President Donald Trump wrote on social media that the deal will bring peace and security to the region, and that the opening of the Strait of Hormuz will allow oil to flow across the world. The reopening of the Strait of Hormuz was atop the list of the things the two parties were working to resolve, as well as Iran's nuclear enrichment program. The U.S. and other international allies have maintained steadfast in that Iran should not have nuclear capacities. But a member of Iran's National Security Commission says that's non-negotiable.
Regardless of the circumstances, Iran's missile capabilities are non-negotiable. This is our red line. This is an unchangeable principle. We in the Parliament insist on this, and we will not permit the government to negotiate it, nor will our armed forces.
And Prime Minister Mark Carney, currently in Switzerland for the G7 summit, welcomed the announcement of the MOU, thanking Pakistan, Qatar, and regional partners for their efforts. He says as negotiations continue, he urges all parties to maintain good faith, dialogue, refrain from the escalation, adding that the Canada is ready to support efforts to bring stability and lasting peace to the region. And the Secretariat of the Supreme National Security Council of the Islamic Republic of Iran says Iran's war and military operations, including in Lebanon, will cease immediately and permanently. Now, the memorandum of understanding that was announced will officially be signed this Friday, June 19th, in Switzerland. The full document is expected to be released at that time, and then the two parties have 60 days to conduct technical discussions and reach a final agreement. Now back to you, Annette.
Okay, thanks very much. The memorandum, Now to our next story. Prime Minister Mark Carney is heading to eastern France for the start of the G7 summit. Before leaving Ireland yesterday, Carney said he expects geopolitics, including the war in Iran, to dominate discussions this week. He says the United States will remain important in a new world order, but that no single country or institution can solve global challenges alone. Carney also says countries will form different coalitions depending on the issues at hand. The G7 talks are expected to focus heavily on Iran, artificial intelligence, and global security.
A teenage girl from Brantford has been missing for more than a week now. Brantford police say 16-year-old Hiab was last seen near Gillespie Drive in Brantford on Saturday, June 6th. They did not provide her last name. She's 5'6" with a medium build and black hair. Police say she may have traveled to the Greater Toronto area, and they're trying to verify that she's okay.
The Office of the Fire Marshal is investigating a house fire in Welland. It started in a house on Beatrice Street around 1:30 yesterday morning. Welland's fire department says the fire was quickly put out, but they say circumstances led them to notifying the fire marshal. No word yet on what those circumstances are or if anyone was injured.
Ontario Provincial Police are launching a safety blitz focused on intersection awareness following a tragic crash in Mapleton. OPP say their Stop, Look and Live campaign will begin today with officers focused on intersection safety throughout both enforcement and education. It comes after a deadly collision on Friday in Mapleton where a van carrying 10 people collided with an SUV near Kitchener. Police say 5 children, 4 girls and 1 boy aged 4 to 12 were killed. 6 other people remain in hospital. LPP say similar intersection collisions across the region, including fatal crashes in Oxford and Middlesex counties, have prompted this safety push.
A police motorcade has carried the body of Toronto Constable Mark Pinizzotto to a funeral home after he was shot in the line of duty last week. Officers lined the streets to pay their respects, showing support and also honoring Pinizzotto, along with 2 OPP officers recently killed in the line of duty. Pinizzotto was shot in an apartment building last Thursday while investigating a number of shootings, including one at the U.S. consulate in March. A 19-year-old man who was shot several times in that high-risk takedown has been charged with first-degree murder, and another 19-year-old is wanted in connection with the consulate shooting. Meantime, the police funeral service for the OPP officer killed in Northern Ontario will be held on Thursday morning. 29-year-old Constable Taryn Bally was on deployment with the James Bay Detachment. Last Tuesday, Constable Bally was hit by a vehicle that he and other officers were trying to stop. This is video of that procession last week to a funeral home. The funeral service Thursday at the Mississauga Sports and Entertainment Centre will not be open to the public, but the service will be live streamed starting at 10:30 that morning. The OPP have an online book of condolences to leave messages. They'll also release more details of a designated public viewing location for the funeral escort. A brand of milk is being recalled because of excessive amounts of vitamins. Lactantia Ultra Pure 2% lactose-free milk in the 2-liter carton is being recalled over what the company says is the over-fortification of vitamins A and D. The product has best before dates of June 22nd. There have been no reported illnesses associated with consumption of this product, according to a recall on Health Canada. Recalled milk should be thrown out or returned to where it was bought for a possible refund.
A day after the Knicks ended their 53-year title drought, the Hurricanes had a chance to win their first Stanley Cup in 20 years.
There's a lead feed. Taylor Hall is in. Hall with a shot. Scores! The icebreaker goes to Carolina.
Taylor Hall opened the scoring about 4 minutes into Game 6 last night to give the Canes an early 1-0 advantage over the Golden Knights. Jackson Blake then doubled Carolina's lead in the second period when he scored his 7th goal of the Stanley Cup playoffs and picked up his team-leading 20th point of the postseason. Nick Ehlers would add an empty net goal late in the third period, and Brandon Bussey made 22 saves for the shutout as Carolina climbed back to the summit of the NHL.
The perfect storm in the 20th anniversary of their first title. Once again, the Carolina Hurricanes are Stanley Cup champions.
3-0 the final. The Hurricanes went 8-1 as visitors during the playoffs to establish a franchise record for playoff road wins. And they lost just 3 games in the postseason. 37-year-old Jordan Staal became the oldest winner of the Conn Smythe Trophy as playoff MVP and captained the Canes to the Stanley Cup 17 years after his first championship with the Penguins. That's the longest by a player in NHL history. Coach Rod Brind'Amour became the 4th person in NHL history to captain a Stanley Cup winner and then lead that club to a championship as head coach. Joining Toe Blake with Montreal, Hap Day with Toronto, and Cooney Wheeland with Boston. Hamilton's PWHL team has signed forward Abby Hustler to a 2-year deal, becoming the 9th player to join the team through the league's expansion process. The 23-year-old is the first player in the league from PEI, played all 30 games in a rookie campaign last season and picked up 4 goals and 9 assists. Hamilton also signed defenders Riley Brinkman and Allison Simpson to 2-year contracts. American Bud Cauley, whose career nearly ended in a car accident 8 years ago, won the RBC Canadian Open at TPC Toronto. On a rainy and windy Sunday in Caledon, Cauley took the lead with a birdie chip on the 12th hole and captured his first PGA Tour title by 2 shots over Matt Fitzpatrick. The 36-year-old was a passenger in a car when he suffered 6 broken ribs, a collapsed right lung, and a broken leg. Sidarshan Yelamaraju was the top Canadian. He finished in a tie for 8th at 12 under. Netherlands and Japan played in one of the most exciting games of the FIFA World Cup so far.
Ito with the corner. It's 2-2.
A late equalizer gave Japan a 2-2 draw with the Dutch. In other games, Germany crushed Curacao 7-1. Sweden smoked Tunisia 5-1. Cote d'Ivoire blanked Ecuador 1-0. And Australia silenced Turkey 8-2 zip. Canada next plays Thursday against Qatar in Vancouver.
And the 3-2. Hit high in the air, deep right field. It's gone.
Ben Rice hit a tie-breaking home run in the 9th inning, and Jose Caballero added a 3-run shot as the Yankees scored 5 runs in the frame and beat the Blue Jays 8-3. It was New York's 6th win in 7 games, and they took 2 of 3 in Toronto this weekend. Davis Schneider hit his first home run of the season for the 34 and 38 Jays, who begin a new series tomorrow in Boston. And Logan Shaw scored in overtime as the Toronto Marlies beat the Chicago Wolves 5-4 to grab a 2-0 lead in the AHL's Calder Cup final.
6:12, good morning. We're halfway through the month of June, the 15th of June. Look at the gray, the darkness in the clouds there in the sky this morning. But we have lovely sunshine, so we'll talk about the forecast in a sec. But yeah, look at what the sun's doing. It's really slowing things down coming out of Hamilton. That's the 403 going around Waterdown Road into Burlington. So it's a little bit on the slow side because of the sun. Let's go to some MTO traffic cameras. We'll check the QEW, Highway 405. There's nothing there. Grays Road, Stony Creek is moving nicely. East of Appleby Line, there's where we're starting to see some sunshine, a little bit more there. Look at Hurontario. As I mentioned earlier, this is backlog from construction. It is just jammed all the way back Hurontario, even farther back to Cooksville Creek, to Credit River and to Mississauga Road. But it looks like they're starting to move some of the pylons off to the side so that things will start to move better. By the time you get to Cawthra, it's moving a little bit better now, but still jammed up because of that construction. Okay, let's get into the forecast for the day today. It's a Monday morning again. Temperature at the moment sitting at 10 degrees, so we are below seasonal to start a morning. We should be around 13 to 14 degrees for an overnight low seasonally. So 10 degrees, mainly cloudy skies at the moment. A little bit of a light breeze, and that's about it. So for school today, as we start to wind down the number of days left in school this year, 19 degrees will be the high for the day today. A bit of a breeze will pick up, but it should be a sunny day, a mix of sun and clouds, so quite nice. We've got a ridge of high pressure just to the south of us that's going to keep us fairly sunny for the day today. We'll get rid of all that rain from yesterday. But we've got a cold front approaching. That's going to go, well, get a little bit closer for us tomorrow, and that could trigger off some showers and thunderstorms. But today, temperatures on the cool side, generally below seasonal. 19, 20 degrees for the Horseshoe, 18 for Guelph and Kitchener. But sunshine today will dry out a little bit. Tonight, 12 to 14 degrees, 11 for Simcoe and Cayuga, 10 for Guelph and Kitchener. So Again, below seasonal tonight, and tomorrow 23 and 24. Sun will start. Nice, bright, sunny day tomorrow, but then we'll get chance of showers and thunderstorms for the day, but temperatures will come up a bit and a bit more of a humidex as well. So 15th of June, out the door this morning, temperature is 10. It is mostly cloudy. Long range coming up. Annette, right.
All right, thank you, Brian. Coming up after the break, the United Kingdom has proposed a social media ban for children under 16. More on that in a moment. 6:17 on your Monday morning in business news this morning. The Canadian dollar is up, sitting at 71.58 cents U.S. Gold is up $120, and oil is down $4 to $80.20 U.S. a barrel. With a tentative deal to end the Iran war announced, European markets moved higher across the board at midday trading.
And the same trend was very evident in Asia today. The Nikkei gained over 3,000 points. The Hang Seng and Shanghai also added. And in North American markets, now these are Friday's numbers, the TSX gained 266 points and the Dow Jones was up more than 350. They are expected to increase this morning as well.
Air Canada and the union representing about 11,000 workers have reached a tentative agreement. The airline says the proposed collective deal recognizes the skills and contributions of employees across maintenance, cabin services, airport airside operations, cargo, finance, and clerical roles. Terms of the agreement will remain confidential until union members vote on ratification, which is expected in the coming weeks. The deal will also require approval from Air Canada's board of directors.
We'll soon have a closer idea of how well Canada's housing market is doing. Canada Mortgage and Housing Corporation is set to release the latest housing starts for May. The annual pace of housing starts in April was up 17% from March to more than 279,000 units. It also reported year-to-date housing starts of about 71,000 units. That's up 6% from the same period last year.
Children who start using social media at a younger age may be more likely to experiment with drugs or alcohol. That's according to a new study published this week in the American Journal of Psychiatry. Researchers say about 40% of children aged 8 to 12 use social media, even though most platforms require users to be at least 13. A study found children with the earliest and heaviest social media use had nearly 17 times the odds of trying cannabis and 14 times the odds of trying tobacco. The elevated risk was linked to using social media for 3 or more hours a day. The study's lead author says exposure to targeted ads and other content that portrays substance use positively may help explain the connection.
It's just been announced this morning the UK is set to ban social media for anyone under 16 and impose new restriction on gaming and live streaming platforms in one of the world's toughest online safety crackdowns. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer says the move reflects British values and it's aimed at protecting children from harmful content and reducing the influence of big tech companies. Starmer says platforms like TikTok, Snapchat, and Instagram would be included, along with services that allow children to chat with strangers online. He argues it's no different from the offline world, where parents wouldn't allow children to interact with adults they don't know.
Laws are rules, but they're also an expression of our values. They shape the social contract. And so this will change the conversations that parents have and the expectations of children over time. It will make a huge difference. It will make our children safer. It will make our children happier. And will give them more time, more security, more freedom to grow up, more opportunity.
Government plans to roll out its plans next year following consultations with parents and experts.
All right, taking a quick break. Brian is going to return with your traffic update and 7-day weather forecast. Good morning.
All right, 6:24 just about here on this Monday morning, 15th of June, looking at the QEW and Highway 406 in St. Catharines. Not a lot of sunshine there, but not a lot of volume either. Pretty much the same thing, QEW west of 50. Now, when you come around past the Skyway Bridge into Burlington, there's the sun, but no volume whatsoever going through Guelph Line. We'll flip ahead to Erin Mills Parkway. That's doing okay. How about the 403 through Mississauga? looking pretty good so far today. Temperature is a little on the cool side this morning. We are below seasonal to start a morning in June. 10 degrees for Hamilton, Mississauga, 9 Grimsby, 11 for Toronto. So our seasonal temperatures for this time of year are 24 for a daytime high and 13 for an overnight low. So we're below the morning low, overnight low to start the day, and we will be below that temperature for a daytime high. Sun times and records for the day today. And for school today, 12 for the first bell. We should have a fair bit of sunshine, pretty much the same conditions for after school. And there's the forecast high today of 19 degrees. So that's today, 19, 12 tonight. Tomorrow, 23. Now, we will start the day with sunshine, so a nice, bright, sunny start to tomorrow, but then chance of showers and thunderstorms later. Chance of showers Wednesday, definitely showers on Thursday, 22 and 21. Sun comes back, but still chance of showers for Friday and a pretty nice weekend. Oh, yeah, and the weekend. Father's Day on Sunday, and we kick off summer early on Sunday morning. That's your forecast. Annette, Rick.
Okay, well, a cat stole the spotlight during a live performance of Romeo and Juliet by the Imperial Russian Ballet Company in Turkey.
A video shows the cat appearing on stage during the final scene of the ballet last week as Romeo lies dead and Juliet mourns her lost lover. The cat climbs out of the stage and starts pawing at Romeo's hair. The dancers continue the performance without breaking character. Well, the cat eventually makes its way onto a prop. Oh, Romeo. Despite the unexpected visitor, the show went on without interruption.
Oh, please have a cat in every production like this.
Yeah, this has got to be a thing now. Wow. Kudos to the actors for not breaking a beat. Wow. I would have been like, what's this cat doing here? And then after it starts pawing at his
biting
hair.
of the hair.
What?
Do your cats do that?
No, thankfully.
Okay, well, your hair's not long enough, but
No.
my hair, I have to keep it kind of wrapped up.
Really?
Because Betty loves to chew on my hair.
Like it's target practice.
Yeah, I don't know.
Stay with
Cats,
us.
we
More to
love them.
More to come after the break on Morning Line. That is hilarious. Is it like when you're lying down, it'll still go on?